Hey, it's Dr. Andy. I've been absent for a while and thought I should come back after hearing some of the news about the Omicron variant that's been going on here lately and how that's really shaking things up as far as our response to COVID and where the pandemic is right now. So, what is this Omicron variant? Well, it is this new variant that a few weeks ago was named a variant of concern. And one of the reasons that I decided, boy, I really want to say something about this now, is I was really surprised to find that in the past week in the US, we went from about 3% of COVID cases being the Omicron variant to 73%. So that is a huge shift and shows a big change, and that this variant basically it's truly becoming dominant very fast. So what does that mean? I want to talk about three reasons why it's significant. One is this variant, it appears to be more contagious. It's even easier to get it than the earlier variants. And that's one thing that makes it spread so quickly, obviously. It's also one reason we need to be thinking about this. A second thing is that it appears to work faster. And so once people are infected, they start to develop symptoms quicker and can have the potential of spreading it quicker. And the third thing is it appears to be able to evade some immunity. Now, better than previous variants. And that's always been the concern about new variants as well. Will we be immune to it with our vaccine? Or if we previously had COVID-19, will we be immune to the new variants? This one seems to evade that. Now, why does that happen? We don't know for sure. We know it has many, many mutations, and that was one of the things that made it immediately a variant of concern when it was reported in South Africa. And they reported it very quickly, which was great. They identified this new variant with a lot of new mutations. And so they said, hey, this is a variant of concern. We should watch this. Then it started to spread very quickly, and we've been looking at it. It doesn't necessarily appear at this point to be worse, or it's hard to say whether, and by worse I mean cause worse disease. It's hard to say right now whether it causes worse disease. It looks like probably not. Some early on have felt that it looks like most of the cases are mild, and that could be. It's possible that it's not quite as severe, but that's still too early to tell too. I'm assuming that it's the same as far as the severity. Symptoms may be a little bit different though, overall. And some of that may just be the fact that we're developing symptoms quicker with it. So let me point out this here though. Why would it evade immunity? Possibly some of that is because of the fact that it works faster. Why? The way that the immune response works, your body is exposed to something through a vaccine or through being infected, and then your body develops immunity. And because of that, your body now, when it sees it again, can fight it off. If the disease works faster, then it might get you infected and symptomatic and spreading disease again before your body can mount that immune response. So that's one of the issues here, is if it works faster, that could be one of the reasons it's evading immunity. There certainly are others, there are mutations that make it a little bit different than some of the earlier variants, but part of it may just be that it works faster. Now, that brings out why it's so important for us to be completing our vaccine series and getting what we've been calling the booster. The idea with the booster is that it helps your body see that virus, those virus particles or something about that virus again, so now it's even more ready to respond. And so, in fact, I've heard some people saying we really shouldn't be talking about this as a booster. We really should have just been talking about this at this point as a three vaccine series, similar to like hepatitis B vaccine, which takes 3 doses to get a full vaccination. That we're just learning that to get full immune response and full vaccination and full your body fully prepared, we probably just need 3 for the Moderna and the Pfizer mRNA vaccines. With the Johnson & Johnson, at this point, we're saying 2 is what is required, the initial and then 1 booster. But the idea is just that the booster we really should be thinking of as just part of the full vaccine series at this point. So we all should be getting that. If we've started it, we need to finish it off and get that at the appropriate interval. I want to show you some data from around the world as well, but I'll probably do that in another video to show how we can see that this works so quickly and what that might show, what that might imply for the vaccine response in the future. For now, the simple message is this: we really should be getting vaccinated, and we really need to complete that series with that, what we're calling the booster, that second from the Johnson & Johnson or the 3rd dose from the Pfizer and Moderna. And if we do that, we still have pretty good protection even against this new variant, definitely for severe disease, and pretty darn good protection just for avoiding the infection and being contagious altogether. Very similar to the kinds of vaccines that we were getting before this pandemic. And so even though we may see the percentages are down a little from that early 90% effectiveness rate that we were seeing when the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines first came out, even if that comes down a little bit, that's still an incredibly effective vaccine and very good to help combat this and keep this pandemic, to help wrap it up, to be quite frank, and keep it under control and be an effective public health measure. So that's the message for today from Dr. Andy.